In this video, we're going to touch on transfers. We're going to go over transferring merchandise out of one store and receiving those transfers into another store. This is called in-transit transfers. In most cases, up at the top right-hand corner for the organization, you'll be at the store that you're going to be transferring that merchandise out of. An exception might be if you're the administrator and you're doing multiple transfers for different stores. You can be at the top level. And then you would have to specify which store number you're going to be transferring that merchandise out of. In this example, we're going to be transferring merchandise out of store 1 and into store 2. So to transfer merchandise, you're going to go to Inventory up at the top, Stock Transfer at the bottom, and Enter Manual Transfers. This will bring you into the Enter Manual Transfer screen. Since we're transferring merchandise out of store 1, it already says from store 1 since we're at store 1 at the top right. And since we're transferring merchandise to store 2, we're going to put 2 in the to store field. If there are any unshipped transfer orders in this store, the Alert Center message will come up and state, an unshipped transfer order from store 1 already exists. Would you like to load this existing transfer order or create a new one? We're going to create a new one. And at the bottom left, we can do ship via, whether it's UPS or FedEx. We can put a comment in and we can put an alert message in. Those are optional. When we're ready to save this transfer order, we can click on the button that says Save TO, which means Save Transfer Order. Once we do that, it creates a transfer order number. M stands for manual transfer. 1 is store 1 that it's transferring out of. 2 is store 2 that it's transferring to. And then you have the date, and then the numbered transfer for today. At the top, as you can see, you have the stage that this transfer is in right now. So far, we've created the transfer order. Now we're ready to put the SKUs in that we want to transfer. So you can click on SKU Detail if you're going to manually put those in. You can use the SKU lookup if you want to look up that SKU, or you can type that SKU in and press Enter, and it will display down below. And if it's size related, it will show the size grid. If you wanted to click on Show On-Hand Quantities, you can click on that checkbox, and in green it's going to show you what's currently on hand for that SKU in this store. Now you can go to those sizes that you want to transfer and put those quantities in. When you're done, you can click on the Save SKU button. If there's another SKU that you want to transfer, you can type that SKU in or select it, and the grid will come up and you can put those items in down below. And click on Save SKU. You could also scan those transfers by clicking on the Scanning tab up at the top. You can then scan those transfers that you want to transfer out, and when you're done scanning all of them, you can click on the Add button, and then down at the bottom click on Saved Scanned Items. You can also go back and forth between UPC and SKU. If there's an item that you want to do manually, you can click on SKU and pull up that SKU and size and put those items in. There's a button down at the bottom that says Finalize Ready to Pick. This is an optional button. This allows you to, if you're doing transfers like at the beginning of the day, and somewhere throughout the day you sell one or more of those items in that transfer, it allows you to modify that. Finalize Ready to Pick does not take them out of inventory. It just saves that transfer and allows you to modify it before you physically click on Complete to take them out of stock. If I choose to click on Finalize, the Alert Center message will come up and say, you're about to finalize this transfer order. This will mark the transfer order as ready to be picked and shipped. Are you sure you wish to continue? I'm going to click on Yes. Again, this is optional. Just keep in mind that it will allow you to bring up this order at any point in time and modify it. If you need to click on a SKU to take off a size or to add a size, you can easily do that because it's not completed yet. It hasn't been taken out of stock. Once you're sure you want to transfer this out of your stock, you want to make sure that you print a pick list. You can do this through Print and Clear or Print and View if you want to view it first. And then the last step is this Complete Ship Order. This will physically take any of these transfers that you've done out of your stock and puts it in an in-transit bucket. And the Alert Center message comes up basically stating you're about to complete this order. Are you sure you want to do this? Because it cannot be reversed. If you're sure, you click on Yes. The Complete Ship Order button is what physically takes those out of Store 1 and puts them in the in-transit bucket. It does not put them into Store 2 yet. The next step is to receive the transfers in Store 2. Now we'll say I'm Store 2. I'm the store that has received the box of transfers and I'm ready to receive those into my inventory. So at the top right, I'm going to make sure that I'm at my store that I'm going to receive it at, and I'm going to click on Inventory up at the top, Receiving, and Receive Transfers. I'm either going to look up that transfer, or from the pick list it prints the transfer order number, so I could type that in and it would show up on the screen. It's going to show your total quantity and cost that you're supposed to be receiving in. So if everything matches up, you can click on Receive Full Order. Or if you want to click on SKU Detail, that's going to show you the SKUs that are on this order. If I wanted to do it SKU by SKU, I could bring that SKU up, and if I got everything, I could click on Save SKU. Or if for some reason I didn't, I can change the quantities, and I can click on Save SKU. You as a store don't have to worry about reconciling this transfer order. This is something that the main administrator will do. If Store 1 said that they sent you an 8 but you didn't get it, you won't have to note that discrepancy. That will go automatically to the main administrator and they will make that decision on how best to reconcile it. If I'm ready to save, I can just click on Save SKU. If I had more items on that transfer order, I could select those SKUs and also receive those. Again, or at the beginning, I could do Receive Full Order if I absolutely received everything. The other option is scanning those transfers in. If you wanted to click on the Scanning tab, you could scan each one of those items that you got in. And when you're done, click on the Add on the last one that you scanned, and then click on Save Scanned Items down below. This will then receive everything into your inventory from this transfer.